The snow fell softly, covering the ground in a thick blanket of white. It was beautiful but cold, and for Mia, the winter landscape felt lonely. She stood at her window, watching the snowflakes dance, but her heart felt heavy. Just a few months ago, her best friend Sam had moved to another city. They had been inseparable since childhood, sharing secrets, dreams, and laughter. Now Mia felt a distance between them. It was as vast as the snowy fields outside. Mia sighed and pulled her blanket tighter around her shoulders. She missed Sam's infectious laughter and the way he always knew how to make her smile. She picked up her phone, scrolling through old pictures of their adventures together building snowmen, riding bikes, and exploring the woods near their homes. Each photo reminded her of the warmth of their friendship, but now all she felt was an aching emptiness as the days turned into weeks. Mia tried to reach out to Sam. They would text occasionally, but it wasn't the same. The screen felt cold and distant, and she longed for the sound of his voice. She remembered their last conversation before he left. Sam had promised they would stay close, that they would always find time for each other. But as the days passed, it became harder to keep that promise. Mia sat on her bed, staring at her phone. Should she call him? Would he even want to talk? She felt a wave of uncertainty wash over her. What if he was too busy with his new life? What if he had already moved on? These thoughts swirled in her mind, making her feel even more alone. One evening, while scrolling through social media, Mia came across a post from Sam. He was smiling broadly, surrounded by new friends at a local cafe. They looked happy and carefree, and Mia's heart sank. It was like a knife twisting in her chest. She felt happy for him, but also painfully aware of her own loneliness. She wished she could be there, sharing in his joy instead of feeling left. Behind that finally, after days of hesitation, Mia decided she couldn't wait any longer. She needed to reach out. Taking a deep breath, she dialed Sam's number. Her heart raced as the phone rang, each beep echoing her anxiety. "Come on, pick up," she whispered to herself. After what felt like an eternity, she heard his voice. "Hey, Mia, how's it going?" "Hi, Sam," she replied, her voice trembling. I miss you. I miss you too," he said warmly. "How's everything back home?" Mia felt a spark of hope. They talked for a while, sharing stories about their lives. Sam told her about his new school, the friends he was making, and the adventures he was having. Mia tried to sound cheerful, but she couldn't shake off the feeling of distance. It was nice to hear his voice, but it also reminded her of how far apart they really were. As the conversation continued, Mia felt a mix of emotions. She wanted to be happy for him, but the loneliness crept back in. "It's not the same without you here," she admitted softly. "I feel so distant." "I know," Sam replied, his tone growing serious. "But we can still be close, you know. We just have to try harder." Mia nodded, even though he couldn't see her. "I want that. I really do. But sometimes it feels like you're moving on without me." "I'd never forget you, Mia. You're my best friend," he reassured her. "Let's plan a visit. I can come back next month." The idea filled Mia with excitement. "Really? That would be amazing." "Definitely. We can hang out like old times. I'll bring some games, and we can build a snowman. It'll be just like before." As they made plans, Mia felt her heart lighten. Maybe things wouldn't be so distant after all. They could bridge the gap one visit at a time. After they hung up, she felt a renewed sense of hope. She picked up her phone and started to plan their visit, counting down the days. Every moment of anticipation made her feel more connected to Sam. She realized that even though they were miles apart, their friendship remained strong. One snowy afternoon, as Mia prepared for Sam's visit, she found herself staring out the Window again. The snow blanketed everything, creating a serene, quiet beauty. It reminded her of how they used to play in the snow together, laughing and making memories. She felt a warmth in her heart, knowing that soon they would create new memories. Finally, the day arrived. Mia could hardly contain her excitement as she waited for Sam to arrive. When she saw him walking towards her house, his smile bright against the white snow, her heart soared. They rushed towards each other, embracing tightly, as if trying to close the gap that distance had created. "I can't believe you're finally here," Mia exclaimed, pulling back to look at him. "I missed this place," Sam said, glancing around. "And I missed you." They spent the day outside, building snowmen and having snowball fights, just like they used to. Their laughter filled the air, echoing through the winter landscape. It felt as if no time had passed at all. In those moments, the distance melted away, replaced by the warmth of their friendship dot as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow. Over the snow, they sat side by side, sipping hot cocoa and reminiscing about their childhood adventures. Mia realized how much she had missed this connection. "I was worried you were moving on without me," she confessed. Sam shook his head. "I could never leave you behind. No matter how far apart we are, you'll always be my best friend." In that moment, Mia felt a renewed sense of hope and strength. They had overcome the distance, proving that true friendship could withstand anything. She knew that even if the snow fell and the world grew cold, their bond would remain unbreakable. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, she whispered to herself, "They left her chained in the snow, but only a human gave her his cloak." And in that cloak of friendship, they found warmth, love, and the promise of many more adventures to come. Mia sat in her room, staring at the snow outside her window. The world was a beautiful white, but inside she felt a mix of excitement and worry. Sam had visited, and their time together had been magical. They built snowmen, laughed until their sides hurt, and shared stories late into the night. But now he was gone again, back to the city where he lived, and she felt that familiar ache of distance creeping back in. After Sam left, Mia found herself missing him more than ever. They had promised to stay in touch, but the reality of their separation weighed heavily on her. She picked up her phone and looked at their last messages, filled with promises of future visits and plans to stay connected. Each text made her smile, but it also reminded her of how far apart they were. Days passed slowly. Mia tried to keep busy, but she often found her mind drifting back to Sam. She remembered the way his eyes sparkled when he laughed and how his presence made her feel safe and understood. But now, that warmth felt like a distant memory. She wanted to reach out, to call him or text him, but the fear of being a bother held her back. One evening, as she sat on her bed, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Sam. "Hey, Mia, how are you?" Her heart raced. She quickly typed back, "I'm okay. Just missing you a lot." They started texting back and forth, sharing little details about their lives. Sam told her about his new school and the friends he was making, while Mia shared stories about her family and the things she was doing in their hometown. But even as they chatted, Mia felt a sense of longing. It was nice to talk, but it didn't fill the emptiness she felt without him nearby. After a few days of texting, Sam suggested they try video calls. "It'll be like we're hanging out again," he wrote. Mia hesitated for a moment, feeling nervous about seeing him. What if it made her miss him more? But then she remembered how much she loved their time together, and she agreed. The day of the video call arrived. Mia sat in front of her laptop, fiddling with her hair as she waited for Sam to join. When his face appeared on the screen, her heart fluttered. He looked the same, but there was something different in his eyes, a spark of adventure she hadn't seen in a while. "Hey, Mia, you look great." Sam said, his smile brightening the screen. "Thanks, you too," she replied. Feeling a rush of happiness, they chatted easily, sharing stories and jokes. It felt like old times, but Mia couldn't shake the feeling of distance. She watched Sam's expressions, wishing she could reach out and touch him, to remind herself he was real, and not just a face on a screen dot. As they talked, Sam mentioned a new hobby he had picked up: photography. He showed her some pictures he had taken around the city, capturing the beauty of urban landscapes and the joy of his new friends. Mia admired his talent, but a pang of sadness hit her. "I wish I could see these places with you," she said softly. "Me too," Sam replied, his voice sincere. "But we can plan a trip. You should come visit me. I'll show you all the best spots." The idea sparked a flicker of hope within Mia. "Really? That would be amazing. I'd love to explore the city with you." "Absolutely. Let's make it happen," Sam said with enthusiasm. They spent the rest of the call planning the trip, discussing which places to visit and what they would do. The excitement made Mia forget her worries, if only for a moment. After the call ended, Mia felt a mix of emotions swirling inside her. She was grateful for the connection they shared, but the distance still felt heavy. Despite their plans, she worried about how to keep their friendship strong when they were apart. That weekend, Mia decided to take action. She wanted to show Sam how much he meant to her, even from afar. She remembered how they used to send each other little notes and drawings when they were younger. Inspired, she grabbed some colored pencils and paper, determined to create something special. Mia poured her heart into the drawings. Mia stepped off the train, her heart racing with excitement and a touch of nervousness. The city stretched out before her, vibrant and alive. She could see tall buildings, bustling streets, and people moving in every direction. But amid all the noise and activity, her thoughts were solely focused on Sam. It had been months since they last saw each other, and now they were finally together again. As she walked toward the exit, she spotted Sam waiting for her, his face lighting up as their eyes met. He was waving enthusiastically, and Mia couldn't help but smile back. The distance that had felt so heavy just weeks before seemed to melt away as she rushed to embrace him. "Welcome to my city," Sam exclaimed, his arms wrapping around her tightly. "It's so good to see you," Mia replied, feeling warmth spread through her. The familiar comfort of their friendship enveloped her like a cozy blanket. They spent the first day exploring the city. Sam guided Mia through the streets, showing her his favorite spots: quirky cafes, beautiful parks, and lively markets. With every step, Mia felt more and more at home. They laughed together, reminiscing about their childhood and the adventures they had shared. The joy of being together made all the distance and uncertainty worth a dot as they strolled through a bustling market. Mia couldn't help but notice how much Sam had changed. He seemed more confident and vibrant, full of energy. "You've really settled in here," she said, admiring his newfound enthusiasm. "I love it. There's so much to do and see. But I still miss my hometown and all the memories we made there," Sam admitted, glancing at her with sincerity. Mia's heart swelled at his honesty. "I miss it too. It's not the same without you around." Later that evening, they found a cozy cafe tucked away in a quiet alley. The warm lights and inviting aroma of coffee made it the perfect place to relax. They settled into a corner booth, sipping hot chocolate as they shared stories about their lives since the move. "Have you made any new friends?" Mia asked, curious about Sam's life in the city. "Yeah, a few. But it's not the same as having you here. You're the one who really gets me," he replied, his eyes sparkling. Mia felt a rush of happiness. "I feel the same way. It's hard to connect with people like we do." As they talked, Mia realized that their friendship had grown even stronger during their time apart. They had both faced challenges and changes, but their bond remained unbreakable. It filled her with hope, knowing that no matter where they lived, they could always find their way back to each other. As their visit continued, Mia and Sam explored the city together. They took pictures at famous landmarks, visited art galleries, and even went ice skating in a beautiful park. Each moment was filled with laughter and joy, reminding them both of the carefree days of their childhood. One afternoon, as they sat on a bench overlooking a frozen pond, Mia turned to Sam, feeling a mix of gratitude and determination. "I want to make sure we don't lose this connection again. I know life gets busy, but I want to stay close." Sam nodded, his expression serious. "I feel the same way. We can set regular video calls, and maybe I can come home more often. We can make plans together?" Mia smiled, feeling hopeful. "That sounds perfect. We can keep sharing our lives, no matter how far apart we are." As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the pond, they talked about their dreams and hopes for the future. Mia shared her aspirations of attending college and pursuing a career in art, while Sam talked about his desire to travel and capture the world through photography. They encouraged each other, their support fueling their ambitions. On their last night together, Sam took Mia to a rooftop cafe that offered a stunning view of the city skyline. The lights twinkled like stars against the night sky, and Mia felt a rush of emotions. She realized how much she had missed moments like this, moments filled with beauty, laughter, and connection. "Thank you for an amazing time," Mia said, looking at Sam. "I really needed this." "Me too. It's been the best week," he replied, his gaze sincere. "I feel like we've reconnected in a way I didn't think was possible." As they enjoyed their drinks, Mia felt a surge of hope. She knew that their friendship could withstand anything, even the challenges of distance. They had both grown, but their bond was still strong, like a thread that tied them together no matter how far apart they were. Before she left the city, they planned their next video call, each promising to keep in touch. Mia felt a sense of relief, knowing that they were committed to staying connected, no matter what. As she boarded the train back home, she reflected on the week. The memories they created together filled her heart with joy, and their friendship had blossomed in ways she hadn't expected. She realized that even though distance could be tough, it also allowed them to appreciate each other more deeply. When she finally arrived home, the familiar landscape greeted her, but it felt different now. Mia felt stronger, more hopeful about the future. She knew she could carry the warmth of her friendship with Sam wherever she went. That night, as she lay in bed, Mia thought about how far they had come. They had faced the challenges of distance together, proving that their connection was more than just physical proximity. It was a bond built on trust, understanding, and love. In her heart, she whispered. They left her chained in the snow, but only a human gave her his cloak. That cloak of friendship had kept her warm and hopeful, reminding her that true connections could thrive, no matter the distance. And with that thought, Mia drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures and the promise of their enduring friendship. As the weeks passed after her visit to the city, Mia found herself adjusting to life back home. The days were busy with school and chores, but there was a warmth in her heart that hadn't been there before. She felt a renewed sense of hope about her friendship with Sam. They had made promises to stay connected, and she was determined to keep those promises. However, as time went on, Mia realized that keeping in touch was harder than she expected. Their video calls became less frequent, with both of them busy with school and new responsibilities. Each time a call was missed or postponed, Mia felt a familiar sense of sadness creeping back in. She loved Sam and cherished their friendship, but she worried that the distance might pull them apart again. One afternoon, while sitting at her desk, Mia picked up her phone. She scrolled through her messages, seeing the last few texts from Sam. They were filled with excitement and laughter, but it had been over a week since they last spoke. Mia felt a pang of loneliness. She wanted to reach out, but she hesitated, unsure of how to bridge the growing gap. Taking a deep breath, she decided to send him a message. "Hey, Sam, I miss you. How have you been?" She hit send and waited, her heart racing. Would he reply? Would he even have time to talk? After a few minutes, her phone buzzed. "Hey, Mia. I miss you too. Things have been really busy with school. I'm sorry we haven't talked much." Relief washed over her. He cared. "Let's set a time to chat this weekend." He added. Mia smiled, feeling hope rekindle in her heart. "That sounds great. I can't wait to catch up." The weekend arrived, and as she prepared for their call, Mia felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. She wanted to share everything that had been happening in her life, but she also wanted to know how Sam was doing. They had so much to talk about. When the time finally came, Mia logged into the video call, her heart fluttering as she waited for Sam's face to appear. Moments later, he appeared on the screen, a big smile on his face. "Hey, Mia, you look awesome." "Thanks." "You too," she replied, her worries melting away as they greeted each other. They began chatting about their lives, sharing news about school, friends, and everything in between. Sam told her about a photography project he had been working on, capturing the beauty of the city during different seasons. Mia listened intently, fascinated by how passionate he was about his art. "I wish you could come here for spring. The flowers will be blooming, and I want to take you to the park," Sam said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "I would love that, and I can show you some of my art too." "I've been working on some new pieces," Mia replied, feeling inspired by their conversation. But as the call continued, Mia couldn't help but notice the distance that still lingered between them. Their lives had changed so much, and she felt a twinge of sadness. "Sometimes I worry that we're drifting apart," she admitted, her voice soft. Sam's expression changed as he listened. "I worry about that too, but I think it's important we keep trying. Our friendship means a lot to me, no matter the distance," he said sincerely. Mia felt a wave of relief wash over her. "I'm glad you feel that way. I just want to make sure we stay connected." They talked late into the evening, sharing memories and dreams, reminding each other of their bond. Mia felt a warmth inside, a sense of belonging that she had missed. They made plans for their next call, and even discussed the possibility of Mia visiting again during the summer. As the call ended, Mia felt more hopeful than she had in weeks. She realized that even though distance could be challenging, it didn't have to define their friendship. They could create new ways to stay connected, and it was a journey they could take together. The next day, Mia decided to take action. Inspired by their conversation, she wanted to do something special for Sam. She remembered how much he loved photography and how he had been working on a project about the seasons. She decided to create a scrapbook filled with. As spring arrived, Mia felt a sense of renewal in the air. The world outside her window transformed from a cold, white landscape into a vibrant tapestry of green and colorful flowers. However, despite the beauty surrounding her, Mia still felt a heaviness in her heart. She missed Sam more than ever and couldn't shake the feeling of distance that lingered between them. Even after their heartfelt conversations, Mia and Sam had promised to stay connected, but life often pulled them in different directions. While she was busy with school projects and preparing for exams, Sam was focused on his photography and school activities. They had been keeping in touch through messages and occasional video calls, but it wasn't the same as being together. One Saturday morning, Mia woke up feeling particularly lonely. She grabbed her phone and scrolled through photos of their past adventures. Each image brought back memories of laughter, fun, and companionship. She sighed, wishing she could relive those moments again. Determined to reconnect, she decided to take a bold step. Mia opened her laptop and began to research ways she could visit Sam again. She learned about train schedules, accommodation options, and even special events happening in the city. The more she planned, the more excited she became. She could surprise Sam and show him how much their friendship meant to her. After a few hours of planning, Mia sat back in her chair, heart racing with anticipation. She had made a plan. She would visit Sam in just a few weeks, and she couldn't wait to see his face when she arrived. It felt like the perfect chance to bridge the gap that had formed between them. The next day, she called Sam. When he answered, Mia could hear the excitement in his voice. "Hey, Mia. How's it going?" "Hi, Sam. I have something important to tell you," she said, her heart pounding. "What is it?" he asked, curious. "I'm coming to visit you in 2 weeks." "I've been planning it all weekend," Mia announced. "Really? That's amazing," Sam exclaimed. "You have no idea how much I've missed you. We can explore the city together and take some great photos." Mia felt a wave of happiness wash over her. "Yes, I can't wait. I want to see everything you've been talking about." Over the next 2 weeks, Mia busied herself with preparations for the trip. She packed her favorite clothes, her camera, and a few little surprises for Sam. She wanted this visit to be special, a celebration of their friendship. When the day finally arrived, Mia felt a mix of excitement and nerves as she boarded the train. The journey felt like an adventure, and she couldn't stop smiling as the countryside flew by outside her window. She imagined all the fun they would have together, exploring the city and creating new memories. As the train pulled into the station, Mia's heart raced. She stepped off the train and scanned the crowd for Sam. When she finally spotted him, standing near the entrance with a huge grin on his face, she felt a rush of joy. "Sam," she called, running toward him. "Mia," he shouted back, and they embraced tightly, both laughing with happiness. It felt like no time had passed, even though they had been apart for months. After the warm greeting, they set off to explore the city. Sam led Mia to his favorite spots, starting with a vibrant park filled with blooming flowers. The colors were breathtaking, and Mia couldn't help but take out her camera to capture the beauty around them. "I can't believe you're finally here," Sam said, watching her excitement. "I've been looking forward to this day for so long." "Me too. It's even better than I imagined," Mia replied, snapping photos of the colorful flowers and the playful squirrels darting around Dot as they wandered through the park. They talked about everything school, friends, and their dreams. For the future, the distance that had felt so heavy before seemed to vanish in the warmth of their friendship. Later, they visited a local cafe that Sam loved. The smell of fresh coffee and baked goods filled the air as they settled into a cozy corner. They shared stories and laughter over slices of cake, and Mia felt a deep sense of belonging. It was as if they had never been apart. "Thank you for coming, Mia. This means the world to me," Sam said, his eyes sincere. "I needed this too." "I missed you so much," Mia replied, feeling a tear of happiness escape down her cheek. After their delicious break, they ventured to a nearby art gallery. Sam showed Mia his favorite pieces, explaining what he loved about each one. Mia felt inspired by his passion for art and photography. She shared her own artistic journey, showing him some sketches she had been working on. They discussed their dreams, encouraging each other with every word. As the day turned into evening, they found themselves at a scenic overlook that provided a stunning view of the city skyline. The sun was setting, casting a warm golden glow over everything. Mia felt a sense of peace as they stood together, taking in the beauty of the moment. "Look at how beautiful everything is," Mia said, feeling grateful. I can't believe we're finally here together." "It's perfect," Sam agreed, glancing at her. "I'm so glad you're here. This is what friendship is all about, making time for each other, no matter the distance." Mia nodded, feeling a surge of hope. They had faced the challenges of distance, but they had also proven that their bond was strong. In that moment, she realized that true friendship could weather any storm. They could always find a way back to each other, no matter where life took. As night fell, the city lights began to twinkle, creating a magical atmosphere. Sam pulled out his camera, wanting to capture the moment. "Let's take a picture together," he said, positioning them in front of the skyline. Mia smiled, wrapping her arm around Sam's shoulders. "This is a moment I want to remember forever." After the photo, they sat quietly for a while, soaking in the beauty of the city and the strength of their friendship. Mia felt a sense of hope and excitement for the future. She knew that they would continue to support each other, no matter. The distance dot as they made their way back to Sam's place, Mia whispered to herself. They left her chained in the snow, but only a human gave her his cloak. In that cloak of friendship, she found warmth, love, and a promise that they would always find a way to reconnect. That night, as Mia drifted off to sleep, she felt content. She had traveled to see her best friend, and in doing so, she had reaffirmed their bond. Together, they could face anything life threw their way, and she couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited them next. The days following Mia's visit to Sam were filled with a new sense of hope and joy. Their time together had rekindled the warmth of their friendship, and Mia felt invigorated. However, as life settled back into its routine, she couldn't help but feel a familiar sense of distance creeping back in. Even though they had shared amazing moments, the reality of their separate lives loomed large. Back home, Mia dove into her schoolwork, but her mind often drifted to Sam. She missed their late-night conversations, the way they could talk for hours, without running out of things to say. Despite the distance, she wanted to keep that connection alive, but she struggled to find the right way to do it. One Saturday morning, after a long week of studying, Mia sat at her desk, feeling a little lost. She picked up her phone and thumbed through her photos from her visit to Sam. The vibrant images of their adventures brought a smile to her face, but it also reminded her of how much she missed him. Suddenly, she had an idea. What if she organized a project that would bring them closer together, despite the miles between them? She could create a collaborative art piece that they could work on together, even from afar. It would be a way to share their creativity and keep their friendship strong. Excited by the idea, Mia grabbed her sketchbook and started planning. She decided they would create a piece inspired by their friendship and the memories they shared. It could be a blend of drawings, photographs, and notes. It would represent the bond they had, regardless of distance. After sketching out her ideas, Mia sent a message to Sam. "Hey, I have an idea. What if we work on a joint art project? We can each contribute to it, and then combine everything when we see each other again." Within moments, Sam replied, "That sounds amazing. I love it. What do you have in mind?" Mia felt a rush of excitement as she explained her vision. They would each create sections of the art piece that represented their lives and friendship. Sam could use his photographs, and Mia could incorporate her drawings and sketches. They agreed to set a timeline, sharing their progress each week until they could see each other again. Over the next few weeks, Mia poured her heart into the project. She spent hours drawing scenes from their favorite memories, like the time they built a snowman and their adventures in the park. She also wrote little notes about what those moments meant to her, capturing the essence of their friendship. Meanwhile, Sam was busy too. He sent her beautiful photographs of the city shots of blooming flowers, busy streets, and colorful sunsets. Each photo was a glimpse into his life, and Mia loved the way he captured the world around him. They exchanged messages constantly, sharing ideas and encouraging each other as they worked. Despite the distance, Mia felt closer to Sam than ever. Their project became a way to bridge the gap between them, allowing their creativity to flow together. They shared ideas, inspirations, and even silly jokes, keeping the spirit of their friendship alive. One evening, as Maya sat in her room working on the project, she felt a wave of warmth wash over her. She realized how much their friendship had grown despite the challenges of being apart. They had both